right. What's going on, everybody? I'm just making some social posts right quick. Anyway, if you're new to this, I'm Matt. I'm the lead developer of Hanako, Honor, and Blade. We just launched after a crazy 14 years of development, and I am going to work on figuring out some like daily item giveaway crate opening kind of craziness. And I'm going to start in the item spreadsheet, which is not very fun to look at, but it's not a lot of game development things are that way. They are not fun to look at. But if you guys have any questions about development, the game itself, anything, just ask. Just making sure that works. What's up, Steam? I always forget that this is broadcasting on Steam. All right, so I need to add some columns to this for settings. Not super exciting stuff. This is the Steam inventory item setup thing, and this is a spreadsheet I use to kind of figure out items. They're not super amazing, but so I need to add some columns. See, how many do I need? Drop interval, drop window. So I at least need drop interval, use drop window, drop window. So let's see, what else do I need to do for this? Drop limit. Okay, I don't think I need drop limit just yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make up an item, and then let's do, I don't have any item 1, let's do item 2. This is gonna be a, oh, so you can do it that way too. Anyway, friends, if you're just watching, we released this game like 2 weeks ago. And if you're interested in our other streams, news, events, etc., our Discord is kind of the home base of our community. So let me see, I have monitors all over the place. So this is going to be playtime generator. This is going to be called, great, hey Crimson Benny, thanks. It was, it's been a mixture of things, you know. It's, I wouldn't say it's, from an emotional standpoint, I have a lot of mixed feelings about it. You know, the journey did an awful lot for our team. A lot of us lost a parent to cancer. If you guys don't know, this whole game is a metaphor for our lost parents' battle against cancer. Basically, one side represents our loved ones, and the other side represents what took our loved ones. And all the maps and kind of represent different aspects of that. So, you know, pressing release really was a lot of closure for us, but at the same time, as far as like growing a game and like our PR marketing just didn't quite. A lot of big games came out last week, and it hasn't been great, to be honest. The feedback's good. People, it's kind of like the problem we've dealt with the whole time, and I think multiplayer indie games just deal with this. It's a chicken and egg thing. People don't want to play until there's players, and there's not players because people are waiting to play. We got probably 4 times more wish lists than sales at launch, which is really disappointing, but what can you do? So there's not going to be a purchase limit. There is going to be a bundle and an exchange. I need to figure that out. So then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to make sword A, sword B, sword C. Oops, no, I'm dumb. I put that in the wrong column. So these are just going to be items. So the goal here is going to be to grant the crate, and then I'll have another function that actually unlocks the crate if you have one. And we'll kind of see how that goes. So for bundle and exchange, I do need, so playtime generator, I do need to set up these. This is going to be true. I do want this hidden on the store because you're, well, it's not purchasable, but you should see it. I think you'll see it in your inventory. I'll find out. I'm going to test all this and figure it out. So drop interval, or interval, sorry. That's really true. You know what we decided to do as a team is we've been really in meetings all week after work to go over like what our roadmap is and what can we do in the next 6 months that has the biggest impact on the game. What has a chance of bringing in new players? What has a chance of bringing in hesitant players that already know about the game? How can we get new people interested? And that we kind of narrowed down that list. And a big part of that is what I'm working on tonight, which is retention mechanics. Daily challenges, weekly challenges, item unlocks, you know, from basically, I guess they are technically loot crates, but they're just for cosmetics. I'm gonna eventually make some common items, make things a little more flexible in our store, make things more tradable and all that, and kind of see how that all shakes out. So I'm just reading documentation to figure this out. I've never done this before ever, so I'm like teaching myself this as I go. So for every 30 minutes, so drop interval for the test needs to just be 1. Something else I'm going to do in this spreadsheet is I'm going to freeze the first 3 columns of this. So when I move properties, I can still tell what item I'm on. Drop interval is going to be every minute. And I'm not going to limit it per day because I'm going to just like test this over and over. And the drop window can just be empty. Okay, so that should be all I need for that part. Now the open crate is going to be a random chance of these 3 dummy items. And I'm going to set up logic and blueprint to like basically sort through this in a second. The Among Us thing is, you know, that's all we can really hope for, and I think we have some modes and some content that I think will do well for us and give us a chance to kind of push the PR button again. So it was kind of like, part of me was like, all right, well, this failed bad, time to just mail it in and be done. But it's like, look, we put 14 years into this. We might as well see it through. And I remember saying multiple times leading up to launch that, you know, launch is 1.0, but I feel like what Hanako really is meant to be, I've been saying, is whatever we build 6 months after release. The 6 month after release patch is like, to me, what our level of standard 1.0 really is. It's going to be called 2.0 probably, but it's really, that's kind of how I think about it. But anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? As always, do not be shy. Feel free to ask questions. The more questions and dialogue I get, the more enjoyable this is, especially these chill streams. This kind of stuff isn't particularly that fun to do, but it's still kind of interesting. Ooh, nice. Return of the Samurai. Honestly, what it's probably going to be called is Samurai Royale, because that is the game mode that's going to come out with it, and that's kind of our big content piece. Though honestly, it's going to be in testing way before that. Return of the Samurai. So, alright. I think this is generally what I need for this. I think I have the properties that are needed. I'm going to copy this down to the template. So I have this tool that lets me generate JSON that I can upload to Steam, and then now I can start doing tests. Because it basically puts those items like up on Steam immediately. I really, Steam gets a lot of flack, and it's for not updating stuff, and certainly there's parts of their API that's like pretty dated and could be made more user friendly. But once you get it used to it and set stuff up, it's really pretty nice. Like, to be able to set up item store stuff like without an engineer or anything is pretty good. I need to open that file. There we go. Let me make sure the new items are in here. Oh, so wait, this didn't... Okay, these are just dummy items, so it doesn't really even matter. Oh, no, I didn't do the exchange formula. I messed something up. I need to go back. For this one, I forgot to do the bundle and exchange. Let me see how I need to do that. Exchange formulas. Defined crafting transformation that can be securely called from clients. Team servers will check player inventory, automatically consume. So you consume the lock crate, you get the open crate, and the open crate randomly picks an item. Now what's cool about this is because the exchange function is called in the game, I know when that happens. So if we could make a full 3D, like the camera zooms in the main menu, and like there's a forge or something that has the crate, and we can have it open, and I know what item you're gonna get, because the function returns it. So then like the item can kind of like pop out or whatever, and we can do a really cool presentation for it. I'm pretty excited for that. It's simple, but it's learning this stuff is so this requires just one of item ID 1. That's just what's required to get it. And then let me see. Random 90% chance of that, 9% of that, and 1% chance. So then for roll chances, this is under bundle. This is going to be 3 by 33% chance. Then 4, 33% chance. And just, this is like almost learning it. It's like Steam almost has like its own syntax and language for like these items. It's just, you kind of have to just figure it out. 5 by 33. Okay, so in theory, I exchange a locked crate, I get this, and then it does the dice roll for this, so I should end up with one of these 3 every time I get a crate and open it. So that's not bad. So now I'm ready to actually like export this thing. That's the, wait, is that the right one? No, it's this one. Okay. This regenerates every time. It's crazy that this is actually what item definitions look like outside of spreadsheet form. Like it's literally just a giant JSON chain. So let me upload that right quick. Syntax error. Let me check. Oh, that's why there's not supposed to be commas on the last JSON. That's because there's no other property. I just need to make sure that when I'm done messing around with this that I fix that. Do I have to publish this or are they just live now? It doesn't say that I have to. All right, so now the fun part, we can actually go back to here. I'm gonna totally forget to. And then what I need to do is I need to relog my Steam account on a different one that doesn't just get all the items. I mean, I suppose I could use my normal account. Medieval Dynasty, now available out of early access. Man, I wonder what they had to do to get this freaking placement. If we got this kind of placement, our whole life would be different. So what I'm gonna do is I want to know. There's a bunch of things I want to try to figure out here. So I'm gonna make a trigger item drop, and then I'm gonna also make a server trigger item drop. Crap, I'm not actually on a server. I'm gonna do these in like a. Crap. I guess the first thing is just get this down. I can't connect to a server without doing a build, but this is going to be easier. So trigger item drop. And what was my ID again? 1, which exchanges to 2 for 3, 4, and 5. So this is going to be 1. true. Item granted. Item not granted. Okay. Then I'm gonna make an exchange item. I'm gonna do exchange item async, and this thing is super confusing. Destroy item count in list. So I'm gonna make an array here. This, I believe I already read, this has to be 1. And then this is generate out. What I don't get is like what this is for. Output generated item ID list. Generate item count and list. Did you use a timeline or something else? Make Steam item instance ID. Destroy item. Well, that's not great. Because it doesn't let me like actually enter anything. And there's no pins or members. That's not awesome. Is there a conversion for this? Item instance ID. This is very, I'm confused by this now because I can't do anything with this. Like, what is this even? I can't set, can I set members in it? There's no members. This seems like a problem. Okay, like a level sequence. I like the level sequence editor a lot. So this might just have problems. Get returns necessary items and quantities when a recipe matches for the first time. It costs. It will return. Yeah, I think this is just broken. Like I can't do anything with this. Array of Steam, destroy item list. Blueprint doesn't have uint64 type. We'll convert it in code then. So if I can't get this, I might have to do the exchange through like this, my Steam inventory or something. Which output item def ID. That's just, I'm so confused what this is for. Let me see. Let me look at this. Well, this was supposed to be way easier than it is. Adds another that creates a Steam instance ID. Like what? Is there even anything I can do with this? Get item. Get item instance ID. But what's setting this? Make inventory item details. Can I do that? I'm gonna try. No, because I still have to like pass this thing into this. And there's no inputs. This is bizarre. Yeah, there's no members. Okay. Well, this kind of messes up half the stuff I was trying to do, but I guess I could at least see if this trigger item drop works. So here's another question. If this is a variable, this doesn't have any members, so I can't do anything anyway. I was trying to see if I could like cheat it and be like, it let me put a number in. It's just so bad. Well, let's disconnect that and then one step at a time. So what I can do here is I'm going to launch the game from outside the editor, and that lets you actually like run Steam through whatever you're like currently logged into. So I'm just going to launch Steam right quick. Or sorry, launch the game, and I should be able to just call that function after a minute, and it should grant an item. Oops, I realized I left my countdown to launch text on screen. Okay, so should be able to do CE trigger item drop. This is item not granted. Let me give it a minute and see if it works. So this should require 1 minute of playtime. So getting this to work would be pretty sweet. That gets the first part. The opening part is a different thing. So does Steam actually register that I'm playing? It does. Okay. Well, it's definitely been more than a minute. Take a look at the documentation again. Oh wait, there was... It actually might require me to be in like a... Let me try just doing like a... So I think this might actually require you to like be in a session. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay in here for a little over a minute and go back to the main menu and see if I can still do the thing. Oh, did this crash? Oh no, I know what the problem. It's a different thing. Okay, so it's definitely been a minute. Item not granted still. Yeah, this is like, I don't really, I mean, it's like, do I need to be in a build? This, like, what needs to happen? Do I need to put this in, like, Gifu and try it while I'm playing? Like, can it not be at a menu? Like, do you have to be in an active Steam session for it to work? I'll try adding that to this map. So, okay. Just rolling out options. So, okay, that I'm not granted. Grant me the damn crate. Steam, it's my game. Give me the crate. Give me the crate, damn it. For all I know, I could have like 8 trillion things in my inventory. I don't even know how you get to your... Can you even get to your inventory from this? Yeah, 2 minutes, current session, it knows. Okay. So let me go back to lobby. Okay, just playing with the things. Just in case, I'm gonna change the item ID to 999. Just in case 1 is like some weird thing. And let me check. It says I have 37 items in my inventory. Well, none of them are crates, so it didn't accidentally work, which would have been cool. You just gotta keep practicing with UVs, and they'll get better. There was a time where like I couldn't figure out how to UV anything ever. It was real bad. I actually learned a lot from like the character artists because they wanted the textures to be as large as possible, so they really packed their UVs really close. They did not like UV padding, and they kind of passed that on. It's really just a lot of cylindrical maps, planar maps, kind of picking where your cut is and then using like relax tools. Really, it's UVs are really fast once you get it down. So let me try. So it's definitely registering playtime. What I don't understand is why it's not granting the item. Because if I can get this working and at least do the crate opening on the Steam side, then all I need to do is fix the other function. But getting this part to work is pretty important, so I can't really like skip this step. While I'm waiting on a minute, let me make sure I didn't like name a property wrong or something stupid like that. Item def ID, type playtime generator. Is that right? Steam inventory documentation. There's like no practical examples in this at all. Playtime generator. Okay. And then drop interval 1. Playtime in minutes before the item can be granted. Yeah, that's correct. 1 minute. Oh yeah, I don't think I changed the one on main menu. I changed the, just to make sure. I don't really care about bots in this. Still item not granted. It still recognizes my session's 2 minutes. And drop interval clearly says playtime in minutes, so 1 like should be enough. Unless it's weird and thinks it should be 2. Because it's like 1 minute's too infrequent. Let me just try changing that and see. I also think it's possible that our inventory stuff is just bad. So, let's go to Unreal Marketplace and do what any sensible indie dev would do, is see if there's a plugin that does the thing you need. So this is the one that we used, and this is also the same guy that did our original implementation. And that is not well reviewed, and neither is the other option. I actually have this, so I'm kind of like. We're using a form of this, but it's not exactly the same thing. I'm on the fence. Because it's an engine plugin. Oh yeah, that like only works on like dev accounts. That's right. What worries me is this is probably the same exact functions. I don't remember picking bots to be in this, but what I can do though what? Is already installed to all compatible engines? No, it's not. No, I haven't. I've thought about it just because I know so much Unreal will be really easy to make and release tools, but I think there's probably, I have a couple of reasons not to. Oh, this actually should have logging to let me know why. Wrong item def, wrong item type, Steam inventory not initialized. Let me run this shortcut with log open. Oh, it has had log open. Okay, move that to another screen then. I could have had clues all along. It says wrong item def ID. Okay, that's kind of weird. Get item definition. So that's kind of weird. Is it the same when I go to, what are the other log options for this? So it could be wrong item def, wrong item type, Steam inventory not. Wrong item def ID. That seems impossible to me because it's like, it's a setup thing. Item def ID is, it's definitely not wrong. Let me see what it says on this. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna do a couple changes. So first off in here, let's go ahead and add a parameter here where I can type different instance IDs. And let's do that on the main menu too. Interesting, it does have int 64, but So that says wrong instance ID. And that says wrong item type, even though it's a valid ID. So I've actually, some of these IDs do work out, or like it says wrong item type. What did it say? This was, that said wrong item type item. So let me try spinning up so I'm getting different log output when I put in like a real item. Like it says like, hey, this item's wrong, but what makes I'm gonna try something here. I'm doing a configuration change for this just to see something. So it still says wrong item app ID. Like I set this up exactly like another item that it did register. I'm very confused about this. In theory, this should work fine. It picks up existing items. how are those the wrong item def IDs? I feel like this function's just wrong. So this get item definition, so if it's not interesting. I almost feel like, so it's like if it's not the ID that's passed in, like I almost feel like I could comment this out. Just to try to get it to this. Let's try it. I'm gonna put, I do need to close out of Unreal though. Nope. So I'm not gonna return, I'm not gonna stop the function there. This isn't a nested condition. And this should be before the return, not after. And just go ahead and compile. So now it's just not going to fail if it's the wrong ID. It's going to actually try to grant it in case there's just something weird going on. Sorry, what was the question though? Why is that? And the next part will probably be trying to fix the stupid what? I must have cleared. I must have accidentally pressed a key like while I'd code. Oh. So let me go back to that because this compile is going to fail. Let me do something really quick. Let me just re-grab that file. Okay. So let me go back to trigger. So, oh damn it, that screwed up this. Because it's... I'm going to comment that out and then got to redo this part. So this basically says, okay, get the item definition for the ID that's passed in. So like 9999. If it's not that, then it says, oh, it's the wrong, you typed in an ID that's wrong, end the function. But I just feel like the get item definition isn't necessarily working. And because the playtime generator check is not part of, it's not an else if, it's just a separate if, I'm going to try just bypassing this return false to see if it'll pass this part. And this part will just, it'll put in the log like, hey, wrong ID, but it might actually grant the item. And if it does grant the item, then basically this function can go F itself because it works as long as the ID's right, and we just need to make sure we never screw that up. Which we would not get this log text if it failed, so at least that's what my line of thinking is. And something else that I'm going to try to fix, I'm going to have to Google some stuff because I'm not a C++, I really shouldn't even be messing around in C++, but I don't have the patience to wait. Let me see. Interesting. Item def ID. Get exchange instance items. Yeah, this fsteam instance ID struct. Steam ID in Steam is unit, but it doesn't support for Blueprint. It's just so lazy. Just do a conversion. And this is another kind of connecting the dots thing. So if Steam expects a 64-bit integer, but you're entering essentially like a 8-bit, it's probably registering false no matter what. But the weird thing is when I put in valid values of like established IDs that have been in the game forever, they actually worked. So while this compile is going on, I can look up UE4 uint64 to int. All right, so I should be able to like immediately test this now without opening the editor again. So let's see what this has to say now. Now this said wrong item def ID and wrong item type. So that's what I would expect if it was just like outright wrong. So for some reason it's just not picking up these new items. I don't know why exactly. Like, do I need to restart Steam after an item change? Like, does it download some kind of like item defs? I'm gonna try to relog on Steam. I don't think that's gonna work, but you never know. I mean, this is pretty much the same thing. Ow, now. Really, every time you run the game, it's gonna reinitialize Steam. So if there's like it also says like the friends network's unreachable or something. Is Steam having an outage? What if that's the cause for all this? Well, looks like it's okay. Okay, so this actually, it's failing to get stats too. Let me try this on like my normal account. I was trying this on like an alt account. These are dummy items anyway, so I shouldn't even like really get these. Okay, so Steam's fully working on this account. Still the same result. And let me... I kind of wish... Actually, I might be able to do this. If I go back to this... So that's kind of, this is interesting in a way too, because like what's setting this? The item def ID is the only thing getting passed in. So that's a full item definition. I have not. This is freaking horrible. Like this stuff should be so easy, and it's just not. Like what I don't get, what I don't understand is I feel like this needs to be set by something, and it's just not. I feel like I need to see a trigger item drop example from literally anything other than the one that we have. Do I have any old engines that would have like in the Unreal to make things even more absurd? It thinks, hold on, Steam Bridge. Does this have the shit that I need? Steam inventory, it does. But I remember this actually like broke some stuff. It's already installed all compatible engines. No, it most certainly is not. I think I actually deleted like all my engines, so I might not even have any anymore. That might be the real problem. No, it still says I've... So I'm gonna remove these. I just need to see like another version of this, and I'll feel better about it. It's already installed. No, it is not. Yes, it is, but it's a whole thing. You can install stuff by picking like the equivalent engine version or whatever. I'm gonna just look in this. Oh, I do still have SteamBridge in this engine, so I can at least look at the source code. So there is a Steam inventory CPP in here, and I might be able to just change the function or at least see how they're doing it. And if it's the same thing, then I just cry. And then that's it. I just cry. I can't remember why this plugin didn't actually work. There was something weird that happened, like Blueprint wouldn't compile or the game wouldn't work, that made me have to remove this. I don't even see trigger item drops, not even in this. Well, that's disappointing. However, the Steam inventory plugin is in here, and I can see if its code's different too. If it's not, then well, Nope, this thing's empty in here, which is very annoying. Let me see if I can do binaries 164. Let me see if I can do I wonder if I can get it to pick up this other engine that I have. I don't know why it always puts this on my other screen. And it's like, it doesn't stretch right or anything. Why you do this again? Just maximize to the thing, Unreal. 421. It's still kind of weird that these engine plugins just don't work anymore. It's concerning. Let me check the actual Hanako one then. Nope, it just has auto settings. What the hell then? Why does it think this is installed to a bunch of things? Time to Google some more. No, so it still thinks that there's these plugins are there. Do I have some lingering Unreal process? Hold on a second. This could be screwing up everything. The stray Unreal editor. Nope. I just need a version of this to work anywhere so I can look at the code and see if it's the same as what we have. That's all I need in this world. It's taking a real long time to uninstall too. I'm not sure I even have, I don't know why I would even still have 421. But I guess I do. Alright, well I guess I can install the plugin back to wherever this is. I don't even know where it is. Don't make me go to my desktop. That so many things would get closed. There we go. This actually does have Steam inventory. So Steam inventory component.cpp. I bet this isn't even different than the one that I have. Steam inventory, do not. Wrong item, def ID, playtime generator. Yeah, it's exactly the same function. There's not a single instance of difference. Let me try uninstalling this again and see. Check running processes. I don't have anything open that's relevant to this. Actually, I might. Oh, so I see. It thinks it removed it, but it didn't until you reopen, unless that's just such bad UX. Oh my god, literally nothing is running this. It's probably this thing, because this is in that folder. I was trying to see if the 426 one is any different. Where does this live? Is this in nested in? No. Oh, okay. So this is the one that I saved. So the sample one I really don't care about at all. And of course, SteamBridge doesn't have. Oops. This is some crazy problem solving tonight. And this is why you do research spikes and you don't scope stuff until you know how long it's going to take. Steamworks basic calls plugin. I just want to see if the 426 version changed at all. This plugin has pictures of like functions for inventory, and it literally all of them are cut off before the T's, so I can't even tell if it has it, because if it does, then I'll get it. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me see if... Oh, I think it's about I think it's like 3 weeks, but it's based on the fact-finding mission that I'm doing right now. Like, if this stuff works out, it's not really that crazy. Yeah, this is still the same function. Just in case, let me try one more time, because I don't know how long it actually takes like new IDs to show up. In the meantime, I'll scroll through the marketplace and see if there's any Steam stuff that I can look. Oh, it says every function that's available in the Steam SDK is available for this. It's an engine plugin. Well, let's. I'm trying to think if. Yeah, let's do it. Um, this plugin is high rated and YOLO. This thing's a little pricey, but you know. What's going on, Elisham? I really just need to see if this works. Jeez, that sounds crazy. So what I think I can do is install this to 426 and then just like copy it into Hanako because it's self-contained anyway. Yep, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, let's try getting this going in Hanako. Gonna load this up and do a recompile just to see what happens. Yep, Steam Core, you are pretty much the only hope for this. Let me make sure that this is like, so I need to actually regenerate the project. I'll be highly annoyed if this doesn't work. All right, there's Steam Core. And I will be back in a second. Okay, the other good news about this is if it works, then this should also fix the exchange items thing that I was trying to do. New plugins are available. Okay, says manage plugins. Steam Core enabled. Steam Fix could not be found. What the hell is Steam Fix? This is why we can't have nice things. Trigger item drop isn't in this. Okay, I was about to like have a hissy fit. Yeah, this is an entirely different function. Yeah, I was about to say, is that like a bunch of like 4K 60 FPS footage? I was constantly like deleting takes during like all the trailer creation leading up to launch. Um, because I had I think 2 terabytes or 3, and I couldn't possibly like keep that up. So I guess I just have to recompile the whole engine. I'm okay with that if this makes it work. Well, I'm going to let this go and get off stream, so have a good night, everybody.